I would put on a front for everyone if someone was at the house or if we went somewhere. But when I got home, it was like, okay, this is my little closed world.
Every social conversation becomes about why you're wearing a brace, an AFO on your left leg, and why you're carrying a cane, which leads to a description of the crash, the terrible injuries, the loss of a third of the right side of my brain. All of that comes out.
Before my stroke, do lots of things. I didn't go anywhere. After my stroke. Anywhere.
Being a parent, you want what's best for your children. When you go through a tragedy like this, it's so hard because you feel so out of control of everything.
The biggest struggle of using an AFO was the confinement of my foot. I had difficulty with my walk. I had a continuous burning sensation in the bottom of my foot because of the plastic.
So I went through anger, frustration, depression, and feeling lost and lonely, trying to find my way back to being a person.
The L300 begins to stretch the limits of what we used to be able to tell people they could anticipate in their recovery.
The L300 stimulates the muscles and nerves of the lower leg, producing a more natural lift of the toe during ambulation. Their foot lifts and they can place it in a more natural way. This allows them to walk at a more normal pace, with a more normal gait, and to not be in as much danger of tripping or losing their balance.
This is a level of control and balance that was way outside my ability wearing the AFO. It gave me speed and balance and confidence in the community.
I felt this freedom because I was not confined to the AFO on my foot.
My basic problems with walking had to do with the pain from spastic hammer toe and the reduced control of balance. I think the L300 is pretty much eliminated pain. I think that it's modulated the spasticity to a level that that's not an issue, and as a consequence my balance has gotten better, and that puts less distortion on my spine and my hips.
With the L300, they have a device that is very easy for them to put on and to program or reprogram or reset, a much more user-friendly device than what we had previously.
People have more endurance with their walking, able to go farther, more efficient walking pattern. It's able to walk on various surfaces with more stability.
The main reason why we use this and why it's a choice for therapists is because it can be used at home or out in the real world.
If anything, we may need to slow some people down from progressing themselves to all-day use, because it does feel so good to be able to walk without having something more cumbersome on the foot.
I think the most remarkable thing is that in my medical adventures, a lot of them are more or less just keeping me in place. And that this is about the first thing that I've ever purchased that makes a distinct improvement in my quality of life.
I think is a breakthrough, because for people who are serious about healing, it gives them the opportunity to do the work, to use a device that gives you constant therapy.
We have found that the Bioness systems have been incredible boosts for people. They finally are able to come through and use a piece of equipment that they can do independently. They are in charge of their programs at home. It motivates them, gives them that extra added benefit of continuing rehab, and they do.
The breakthrough with the L300 is that it is a device that is easy to use. They don't have to mess around with where the electrodes are going to be placed. It allows the person to use their own muscles and nerves to pull the foot up and to perform an action normally.
I took a normal step for the first time in 7 years, and it was just so awesome that it was so normal and it was so natural. I just got so excited.
I think the L300 has made me a happier person, and that's partly because it's expanded my horizons.
This is the closest thing to instant gratification we've had through our whole recovery.
It's uplifting. That's the only way I can describe it, because it lifts your spirit, it lifts your confidence, it just gives you a whole outlook on life.